Joining me live from Melbourne now is Labor MP Peter Khalil, a former security advisor to former PM Kevin Rudd. Peter, thanks very much for your time. A shocking event in Egypt overnight. 2 Coptic churches bombed, and that population in Egypt. There's a rich history of Christianity in Egypt. It's a very sad turn of events a week out from Easter.
Yeah, it is, Kieran, and I'm personally touched by this. I'm Coptic Egyptian by background and faith, and you know, I've got family in Cairo and Alexandria, so it is personal in many respects for me. And I think I'm the only Coptic MP anywhere outside of Egypt. But looking at this in a clear-eyed way through a sort of national security lens, this is very, very concerning, because it is clear that IS and its affiliates in Egypt are targeting the Copts. They have been doing so for some time now as a very easy target in order to try and destabilise the Sisi government. They've been doing it in northern Sinai. There's been attacks on Egyptian military right across Sinai. Actually, Coptic Christians had to be removed from El Arish, which is in northern Sinai, back into Port Said because it was just unsafe for them there. But these attacks on these churches are absolutely horrible. These are people who were celebrating Palm Sunday prayers. It's a very, very important part of the Coptic calendar, and many, many families are suffering right now. My thoughts and prayers are with them.
Yeah, indeed, and ours as well, Peter. It's a terrible situation. What is, for our viewers, give us a sense of the percentage of the population in Egypt of the Coptic Christians. As I said, there is a rich history in that country of Christianity.
Yeah, I mean, Coptic Christianity is one of the oldest sects of Christianity in the world. It started in Africa, in North Africa there, almost 2,000 years ago, and spread south into Ethiopia as well. The population's around 10 to 15% of 85 million, so it's a significant, it is the largest Christian population in the Middle East and North Africa. So it's a significant population with a significant and very ancient history, and it has been suffering from persecution over the past 1,000 years, really, since Islam and the Muslim invasion of and the Arab invasion of Egypt back in 642 AD, and it's gone up and down, obviously, over those centuries, and there's been terrible periods and there's been quieter periods, and now we are going through a pretty bad period, because they are a very easy target for the Islamist extremists. And frankly, I mean, I would just say this to the Australian government. It's right for us to condemn the attacks, and I think we, Penny Wong and Bill Shorten, have done so quite rightly this morning, as the Australian government should as well. But we should be calling on the Egyptian government to provide enhanced security for the Coptic churches and the properties around that country, because they are the target of Islamic State in Egypt.
Yeah, and as I said, on Palm Sunday, a week out from Easter, just so sad. People go to pray and express their faith, and to be killed in such a way, just horrific. And yet we've seen similar attacks on the innocents in Stockholm. It shows, doesn't it, Peter Khalil, just finally, that while strategic wins might be secured in Syria and Iraq, this battle elsewhere in our cities and streets continues.
Absolutely, Kieran, and this is the thing, because of the modus operandi of Islamic State and its affiliates around the world, and with potentially lone wolf attackers who can copycat or even just be influenced by this perverted ideology, the danger is always persistent, and our security agencies do a wonderful job. We've prevented many, many attacks, and our, particularly the Australian security agencies, have been right on the ball. But the danger persists, and it is something which is going to be a real risk to our society and our communities for the foreseeable future. And the risk too for us is that we start to change the way what we believe in, our liberal democracy, our freedoms and so on, to try and react to this. And that's something that we always have to be very vigilant about, I believe.
Labor MP and former security advisor to Kevin Rudd as PM, Peter Khalil, thank you for your time. We'll talk to you soon. A quick break, back in just a moment.